Hello, YouTube. It's been a while. Yeah, I just thought I'd make a video, and it's to Mr. Repzion, Daniel. I haven't really made video for a long time, and I've just been bereft of things to do. I've had a lot of personal shit going on, and anyway, Daniel, I watched your video, and it was it really struck a nerve with me, because I know I know what it's like to have a lot of resentment. In fact, it's played quite a fair part in destroying my character, and making me quite mentally unstable. It can be quite destructive. But what I want to, all I want to do is, I've managed to deal with it and stuff in the past, and in the last couple of years I've really had, it's really tried me, So I just want to try and share with you a few things that maybe can try and help you to deal with your resentment issues, because it's a very ugly side of human nature, of human emotions, of human psychology. So yeah, something that really instilled a lot of resentment in me was, again, something which was very similar to what happened with you. You said something. It was to do with a bird that you were seeing. Yeah, same sort of shit happened to me, and it left me really. I just wanted to fucking, the hatred that builds up inside you is beyond, you can't, you never thought you'd feel it, ever. You never thought you'd feel it about another human being. But it comes, it happens. And it scares you, because you see it and you just think, it's just so intense. And I guess the best way, I think, a few of the ways I've dealt with this are, look at that person, and more often than not, there's going to be other people who you resent. Maybe not as much as the one that's, really fucking, but look at them, get collectively, and just try and sort of, even if it's the most puerile little, just try and find something about them which is likable, a positive characteristic about them, and just focus on that, and just focus plainly on those little things, no matter how superficial they are, and just do it. Just fucking channel it all towards that, those little positive things, and it can make it feel a little bit better, and it can it can shrink that kind of utter, the torment that's in your head. It's a process, it's a process which I am going through, which a lot of people, sadly have to go through. It's magnified a lot more if you're already I don't want to say mentally unstable, but if you have some mental health issues, you know, such as depression, which and you have depression or anxiety, or depression and anxiety, they often both go hand in hand, you know. So yeah, I think it's something that, if you already have that kind of predisposition, is something that can be a lot harder to deal with. Another way is to look at, you know, look at this person or these people who have done this to you, and notice that they've not, you know, although they've been very cruel, they have been cruel. You've got to accept. You've got to. It's another thing that you've got to accept that they have. You know, you've got to accept that they've been cruel. You know, of course they've been cruel. Bang, and that's fucking. But you've got to. It's about accepting their cruelty and knowing their cruelty for what it is, which is ultimately. More often than not, is because they're fucking stupid. They don't know enough yet. They don't, and as a result, have a disregard for other people and their feelings. There's lots of ways for outlet. You know, I used to, when I was at school or whatever. It's difficult because, you know, as you get older, certain things become unacceptable or whatever. But I don't know if it could still work, but when I was a kid, well, a bit younger, if I had broken up with a bird or whatever, or something had happened, and it was normally because they fucked me over, I've always been quite a faithful boyfriend, you know. What would happen is they break up with me over some shitty little reason. I'd get really down, and I'd you know, more often than not, I'd find a bit of resentment. I mean, back then it's a little more, but what I would do with that resentment is I'd draw pictures and I'd write stories about killing these people, and it did provide me with an outlet. It sounds awful and disgusting, but it makes me laugh now. But like, I remember I did find a bit of comfort in that, and it gave me a sort of a relief from this shit that was going on, in my head. Not obviously a little bit more superficial than it is now, but at the time you do care about it, and it is something that matters to you, you know, and you're hurt by it. So it's still a relevant human experience, you know. I know that my resentment has caused me to do some very silly things. You know, I was already struggling with a bit of substance abuse at the time, and it only, again, sort of exacerbated my abuse or habits of the unhealthy habits that I was into. So yeah, and it does make it feel better. It makes it all go away at the time, but before you know it, it's back again. And often when you're coming down off whatever it is you've been taking, it feels even fucking worse. And so it's just a relentless, perpetual, self-perpetuating cycle. You know, you have to sort of put it out. I mean, I don't think this video has really helped at all, Daniel, but just to say you're not alone, and, you know, don't feel ashamed at all for showing your feelings on camera, mate, because it means quite a lot to people out there who are watching this who have the same issues, and you're telling the truth. Don't ever feel ashamed of telling the fucking truth, mate. How are we supposed to move forward if we don't, you know, let the truth be known to other people? That's the long and the short of it, really. It's the horrible thing is, I found, was keeping resentment bottled up. You know, I was I'm not going to say I was raised in a way that taught me that I shouldn't do that sort of thing. It's more that I learned from peers and people around me and some family that it was best to not, you know, you got to be a man about these sort of things. You got to, you know, fuck it, you know, fine, just, you know, give it a few days, it'll be fine. Just don't, you know, don't quibble about it. Don't, you know, don't bother talking about it. Bollocks. Fuck it. And it, no, it doesn't get any fucking better. It gets worse. It festers. And so yeah, talking about it to close friends, just saying, you know, talking openly about it to people is it's, I'm not going to say it's a, you know, of course there's no quick fix solution to it, but talking is definitely helps to heal, well, not heal, but relieve that kind of shit, you know. Like I say, I haven't found a solution to it, but there's definitely things that can help it get better. So yeah, I hope this has helped, and thanks for making me get on YouTube and make another fucking video, you know. This is Big Idiot Head. Daniel, see you later.